Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, My So-Called Healthy Life. Okay, so today I want to talk about something completely different than I usually talk about on here. And this is kind of a story time, but maybe like a goal that I want to set forward. So, and maybe do it every Thursday going forward and kind of talk about something on here in relationship to that. So today I was running really late. I was behind. I had all these things to do and I was running super late. And but I was like, I want to get some coffee. Like I was just lagging behind, you know, those days, right? And so I went through Starbucks and I kind of like rushed my order through, and I go through there every day and they know me and they are just fantastic. And I love when you go someplace and they know you and they make you feel so good. And I'm like in line and I'm like, come on, I'm like in the drive-thru and I'm like, come on. And I get up to the window and the guy's like, here. And I was like, well, here's my debit card. He goes, oh no, it's on us. Don't worry about it today. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And I drove off and, you know, $4, something like that, $3.50, $4 for the coffee. But it wasn't about that. It was about the fact that someone did something for me that was selfless. And I just was like, and it like all this tension that I had, it kind of like relieved a little bit. And then I was driving to my office, and the area that I park in my office is always packed. Like you're lucky if you find one space or not, right? And I was going down one row and I saw a space on the other side, and I saw this woman and she was like going for it as well. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get around that. Like I like to think of myself as a really wonderful person, but sometimes I can be an asshole too, you know what I mean? And so like I was running around to try to get to that spot, and we were both kind of there, and she looked at me and she smiled and she goes, just go in, like that. I mean, she's totally nice. And I got out, and when I was like walking by, she like rolled down her window and she said, I could tell that you, and she was very genuine. It was no BS. She said, I could tell you in a hurry, you obviously need the space more than I do. And I said, thank you so much. I said, I'm running late. And so like I ran in and, you know, it just like, I felt like today it was just one selfless act after another that someone did to make my day better. And none of these people know me. None of these people are invested in my life, like family members or friends. None of these people are going out of their way because they're like, oh, we want to really impress Peter Monn. These were just truly altruistic, selfless people that had no other motive than just to do something kind and compassionate. I like to think of myself that way. I like to think of myself as a person that does selfless acts and doesn't tell somebody else. But I find myself over time, like I'm better now. Like if I do 10, I might tell 4 of them. You know what I mean? But like, what happens, the importance of altruism, which is when you're truly selfish, like, and the true goal of it is when you're truly selfish, selfless, and you're just helping other people, the reason for not telling anybody else is that the motive changes. And after a while in not telling somebody else, the motive, like sitting at dinner and saying, oh, I bought this guy's coffee today at Starbucks and it felt so good, like, yes, that's wonderful and you deserve props and pats on the back, but the motive changes in that moment, because really the motive for doing it is so I could tell somebody so I could look really good. So we get validation, if that makes sense. When you do a truly selfless act with no intention of telling anybody and not ever mentioning it, then it's truly about the act itself, because you will never get any acknowledgement about it. When my Aunt Kathy passed away, I found out that she had been helping so many numerous people. I found out that she had helped so many numerous people that I was completely unaware of. And, you know, I thought I had this idea of who she was as a person, which was a very giving, kind person. But I never knew to the extent of who she was. And in retrospect, because I kind of thought about it and I thought, well, I wish I had had, you know, this conversation with my Aunt Kathy and, you know, said, oh my God, that's so incredible that you do these things. She was never the person that needed that. She was never the person that needed that kind of validation. That wasn't why she did it. And I yearn to be that kind of person. I yearn to be the kind of person that does kindness acts just out of the goodness of my heart to really make somebody's life better, to improve their life. And a lot of times I think that when it happens to us, it happens when we need it. So if that is the case, then, you know, perpetuating random acts of kindness or doing random acts of kindness may happen to people when they truly need them. And I think that is a wonderful goal to work towards. So starting today, my goal is to do at least on a minimum basis for the rest of this month one random act of kindness every day, unacknowledged, unvalidated, not talking about it to anybody else, just completely random. And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. On a daily basis, my videos on this channel, get between 300 and 600 views. Can you imagine if each of us, and that's not a large amount of views. There are YouTubers out there that are getting 200, 2 million views, 10 million views a video. Can you imagine that maybe if, 300 to 600 of us on a daily basis did one random act of kindness, and a half of those people did another random act of kindness, how it would generate positivity towards the world. I'm tired of thinking that I'm idealistic, that we can change the world through positivity. I truly believe that we can, and I am not a genius. I'm not reinventing the wheel. This random acts of kindness thing has been going on for a long time. I just think every once in a while we need to be reminded of it, and today, I think, was a spiritual reminder to me of other people doing it in my life and how much it meant to me for me to pass that on and do it to somebody else. So let's pass it on. Let's pass on those random acts of kindness starting today. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.